Assalamu Alaikum and welcome back to Mani.Plus. For the past few episodes, we've explored the bigger ideas behind my heart transplant journey: resilience, innovation, and spirit. Today, I want to bring it all back down to earth and walk you through the very real, very personal experience of a transplant patient. This is not about the science or the philosophy, this is about the human path, from the waiting room to the second chance. The journey begins long before the surgery itself. It starts with the diagnosis of end-stage heart failure. Suddenly your life, which was once your own, becomes defined by a countdown. You are admitted to a specialized unit, and your days are filled with tests, consultations, and the slow, grinding reality of being on the waiting list. This is a strange and isolating time. Your body is failing, you're living in a sterile hospital environment, and your future is entirely out of your hands. The phone becomes the most important object in the world. Every time it rings, your heart lurches, wondering if this is the call, the one that will change everything. That long wait is a profound test of resilience, of learning to find a quiet strength while living in a state of constant, low-grade anxiety. My emotions collided: gratitude, shock, fear, and hope all at once. On one side, the thought that someone's loss will become my chance to live. On the other, the reality that within no time I will be facing the most complex surgery of my life. And then it happens. The phone rings, and it's not a friend or family member, but the transplant coordinator. The call itself is surreal. You're told that a donor heart has been found and that you need to get to the hospital immediately, and we have a heart for you. Time stops. Every sound, every thought, every fear rushes through in a single moment. This is the moment I had been waiting for and the moment I was terrified of. There's no time to process it all. The emotions are a whirlwind: immense relief, overwhelming gratitude, and a profound sense of gravity, knowing that someone else's loss is about to become your life. I lay in the hospital bed that night. I thought about the donor, their family, their story. A stranger I'd never meet was giving me more than just an organ. They were giving me time, another sunrise, another laugh, another chance. I whispered a thank you into the quiet, hoping somehow they could hear it. I am about to confront the reality of what lay ahead. Would I ever wake up? Would my body accept this gift? These thoughts are impossible to silence, but in the end, I chose faith over fear. I told myself, this is my edge, and I'm going to beat it. The next few hours are a blur, a race against time. You're prepped for surgery, a final series of checks are run, and you say your last goodbyes to your loved ones before being wheeled into the operating theatre. This is the moment when all the medical innovation we have discussed comes to life. But from the patient's perspective, it's about surrendering to a team of experts and trusting them completely with your life. My chest was opened, my failing heart removed. For the surgical team, it was a dance of precision. For me, it was silence, darkness, and trust. I don't remember the procedure, but my family sat in the waiting room, counting every minute. I won't pretend the immediate aftermath is easy. It's not. When I woke up, my body felt like it had been through a war. Tubes, wires, monitors, stuck into my body, everything felt different. But beneath all of that, I felt it, a steady beat, a rhythm that wasn't mine, but had become mine. The sound of life continuing. The pain is significant, but it's a different kind of pain. Not the dull ache of a failing heart, but the sharp, raw pain of healing. Your chest is held together with a sternal wound, scar, and every breath, every cough feels monumental. Waking up, I realized the beating edge isn't about fear. It's about surrendering to the unknown and trusting the journey. My new heart was more than survival. It was proof that the edge can be crossed and life waits on the other side. The first breath with a new heart is indescribable. Weak, painful, but powerful. I realized I had been given more than an organ, that I have been given a gift from God. I'd been given a second chance. I thought again about my donor and whispered, "Thank you and God bless you." This is where the spirit really takes over. The first few days are about small victories, having a tube removed, taking your first sip of water, and sitting up for the very first time and feeling the loved one's touch. You are utterly dependent on the nurses, doctors, and your family, friends. But in those small moments, you begin to feel the power of your new heart. A strong, steady beat that was absent for so long, and at first it wasn't making sense because the new heart was adapting inside me. From the ICU, you move to the ward, and then finally home. But the journey doesn't end there. In many ways, this is where the real work begins. The focus shifts from survival to living. There's intensive physiotherapy to build up the strength that was lost. There's a new, meticulously managed medication schedule that will be a part of your life forever. You learn to live with a new set of rules and routines, a new normal. The mental and emotional adjustment is just as challenging as the physical one. You have to grieve the life you lost while celebrating the life you've been given. It's a delicate, ongoing process, but through it all, you have the incredible gift of a new heart, a second chance. And that, more than anything, is what carries you forward. Not for yourself, but for those who believed in you. Because God does not just give you a second chance for no reason. It has a purpose, a meaning. If this story resonated with you, I'd love for you to subscribe to the podcast so you never miss an episode. You can also follow me on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, TikTok, and Instagram for updates and behind the scenes insights. And if something you heard today inspired you or gave you hope, please take a moment to leave a review. It helps this community grow and reach more people who need these stories and hope. Join me next time as we continue to explore what really matters in medicine. Thank you for listening, and God bless you all with good health, peace, and love. Bye for now.